Hello. How you doing? Let's have some fun. Okay? Let's talk about 3D. Now, I come to you wearing the body of this little fly. Now, this representation isn't nearly as magnificent as I really look. I mean, my eyes are a wonder of art, and the little cells are not squares. Anyway, just didn't quite get the magnificence represented here. But this'll do because we're talking about small right now. All right? Now, relatively speaking, as a fly, boy, am I small. Okay? Me and my friends are smashed and swatted at and just, you know, really not respected very much overall. And I'm here to tell you that a big part of that has to do with our size. Okay? Now, if I was to come to you instead as Dino here, hello, well, I think you might respect me just a little bit more. I mean, for one thing, a fly swatter isn't going to have much effect. That's kind of obvious. And for another, I could eat you for lunch. Okay? But what difference are we really looking at here? How many can see that it could be just size? Size. All right? Now, there are said to be, though I have not met them yet, beings that are rather like a praying mantis, only they're bipedal. They walk on two legs, I think. Like I said, I haven't met them. But anyway, there are beings that have developed fantastic intelligence and technology whose DNA is largely insectoid. Bugs, okay? Things that we smash and spray noxious toxins upon and, overall just don't give much slack or much concern or caring or anything else. So anyway, and this is not a morality piece. This is just a way of looking at size. And take a praying mantis, for instance, or a walking stick. I mean, if the thing is 3 inches long, you treat it one way. If the thing is 8 feet tall, you don't treat it like that. Size. I mean, in the case of the mantis, size. Now, okay, it's radical, but so what? You're in heart, right? You've left the head behind, I hope. These are my journals, remember. It pays to be in heart. Okay, so if you're in heart, then you recognize that no matter what it is, I am that. I am being the generic name of God. God wears the guise of all that is as the I am that I am. Or I am that. It's called omnipresence. That's another word for it. Same diff. Well, no. The I am name is far more powerful than the word omnipresence. But that's another subject. Right now, size. And shape, but mostly just size. Let's look at size. It is said that with a horse's optics, people are perceived as about 5 times larger than what we are. Now, again, on this, I don't know. Today, I'm speaking to you on things of which I have no direct experience. And so, it is what it is. And I'm just sharing ideas with you. All right, now, what else is size? Size is directly linked to 3D. the surface of things, how things appear. Now, we know nothing's really there. Probably, if I was guessing, I would say what real reality looks like might be a hologram, you know, with the wavy, fingerprinty looking lines that don't make up into anything until the laser light shines on them. I'm guessing that's probably a lot of what's out there, because don't forget, please don't forget, all atoms are empty. Very little space, very little solid substance in any atom. And to me, well, I mean, that works as proof for me that this level, this world that we live in, is another level of dreaming, just like our night dreams. Okay, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, there are endless dimensions and levels and ways of being. There's infinity and there's eternity, and that's lots of room to play. Now, what's wrong with a few dreamland, you know, spaces, huh? Got a problem with that? Look within. Okay, so size. How big are we? How do we treat children in their little bodies? Aren't we rather arrogant with them? Now, I'm going to take a step out of the general size thing here to say we have to take a really good look at that. Our children, the ones that are incarnate right now and that are taking on bodies and that are growing up in the midst of us, these beings, well, I mean, that's not the best thing for a child, but I guess it's what I've got. Is this one any better? Let's try this one. Oh, well. Okay, our children are great spiritual beings. They happen to look like a little person. Diminutive, maybe not very important. We've got that all wrong. These are our teachers. These are, some of them, great spiritual avatars. And I would say any number of them had no need to wear a 3D body. They're already ascended. They've already moved on. And they retrograded back into manifestation, into incarnation, to provide the support. Okay? We are the rescuers we seek. This is true. It is also true we have a good deal of heavenly support all around us. And keep leaving mind behind. The more you can do that, the better you'll do here. You can pick it up again, you know, when the video's over. But for now, just leave it out. So, who and what are we? You know, this is probably more realistic. Let's let this represent that hologram, that void. And we've got the brain and the body mind. We've got the biology that we're using in order to enter this level of dreamland. All right? And it's a great level. I mean, it doesn't hardly get better than Mother Earth. I'm telling you. Things are pretty messed up right now on the surface of things, on the appearance level. But Mother Earth is one awesome being. It doesn't get better. We are so privileged to be here. And it's a real honor. From what I hear, they were lined up thousands deep for an opportunity to incarnate, to be here now. So, here we are. What are we doing with it? Well, my intention here is to share the concept that the surface of life, the superficials, what we look like, who we think we are, all that kind of thing, is superficial. It isn't real. And just by looking at the whole size thing, that should throw us off a bit and make us realize, hey, why does big equal important? What's with that?
Hello. No one is
Our
available to
children
take your
are
call.
really what's important here. Okay, they're not big. They're not big at all. praying mantises, 6 or 8 feet tall, with a really, I don't know how tall they are. They might be 14, they might be 4, I don't know. Anyway, with a really advanced civilization. Now, I don't know that it's that particular race. I do know that I have connected interiorly with an insectoid race, and the consciousness is vastly different. And yet, somehow, some way, they can contain not only their own consciousness, but they can also come into a pretty good understanding of ours, certainly good enough to communicate. And I'm talking ETs now. I'm not talking, the bugs that walk the earth. All right. So, I'm strange. Come on, folks. Strange is good. I like it. It's really laid back. And I want to promise you here, no drugs. No illegal drugs of any kind. All right? Life is enough to get high on. Endlessly enough. Our biology has within it unopened doorways that, well, they'll blow your socks off. And I'm not saying I'm anything special. I'm not saying I've gone anywhere very much. I'm just a regular Jane. We can all do this. We all have a heart. And we all have a head that we can walk away from for a while. Come on, take a break. It's dreamland anyway. Besides, when you start looking at it like this, it gives you more power. You begin to take your power back. Just like there's the potential or the possibility for lucid dreaming, where if you work at it, you really can wake up in your dream and then begin to steer the thing yourself and not just be dragged around and chased around and have all that kind of stuff happen. You can take control of that dream. Well, what about this one? My desire is to have higher self completely and fully manifest here in this level. That's my joy. I want to bring lower self up, higher self down, meet in the middle. This up and down stuff, though, it's just like the big and small stuff, the left and right stuff. It's all 3D. It's all superficial. So ultimately, I don't find any great depth of meaning in it. So if instead of looking at things externally, we could begin more to be experiencing them internally, well, now that's a trip. See you again soon.